check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man, we back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Gervonta Tank Davis finally gives us a timetable when he wants to fight Lomachenko. Let's talk about it. And also talk about a picture that surfaced of him and his recently broke up girlfriend walking down the street, and him allegedly having a sack of that ooey in his hand. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yeah, today on TMZ, TMZ told, Gervonta told TMZ that he feels that he's ready. He's maturing as a fighter, and he want to fight Lomachenko in the beginning of 2020. He said he want that fight. So Roy Jones said, told Gervonta, at least give us a timeline when you go want to fight. It don't have to be next, and it could be later next year, but we need to know, when you want that fight. And now Gervonta is saying that he feel that he's ready for Lomachenko. And I can see the build up towards it as far as his activity level. He's on track to fight 3 times this year. Really, if they wanted to take the Santa Cruz fight September 14th, he could fight 4 times this year. I don't think he'll suffer any abuse in that fight. Santa Cruz can't punch at all. And if Gervonta is as good as they say he is, I think he could fight Santa Cruz, then turn around and still fight Tevin Farmer. But in my opinion, I just think they haven't done the right thing matchmaking. It looked like an Anthony Yarde situation where all of a sudden you go from beating D and E and C level fighters to an A level fighter, or at least a fighter that's perceived to be on the A level. Now, does Anthony Yarde and Gervonta Tank Davis possess the talent to beat Kovalev and beat Lomachenko? Yeah, because they can punch. They got the one thing in boxing that can equal the field. You can hit, a game. You can hit a game winner anytime. And their opponents, Kovalev can still crack. Lomachenko not known as a big puncher, but he frustrates you. He frustrates you with a lot of angles. He do a lot of dirty tactics. If you ever pay attention, people was crying dirty tactics versus Lito. But he does his dirty tactics. Watch the Gary Russell fight. It's a ton of seasoning salt on his game. You feel me? He got a lot of seasoning, a lot of experience. And Gervonta need to build up better to that fight. Getting active, fighting, being on track to fight 3 times a year. That was the proper thing to do on the Mayweather promotion team side. It was a showcase year, a year to show they can get active. But they actually want to build up to a Lomachenko fight in 2020. Tevin Farmer shouldn't even be in the fold. No, I understand, unified, but it's only a handful of guys that can get you prepared for that fight. A big fight with Leo Santa Cruz, just the atmosphere that would bring in Southern California. Not being at home, just experience of a big fight. That's the experience that he need. Other than that, I would put him in there with guys like Gary Russell, a seasoned vet, fast hands, a guy that been in there with Loma. That's a high level, high intensity fight for him. Javier Fortuna, awkward guy, get you ready for Lomachenko, awkward angles and, an awkward style that may bother Gervonta, but it's a style that will help him get ready for Lomachenko. Okay, you might want to go try and get a Richard Comey fight at 135. I don't think Tank need no warm up at 35. He's already a 35 pounder that's hurting and draining himself to make 130 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So, from my perspective of the situation, okay, I believe that Gervonta should take the proper fights to build up towards that. But you know what? If you feel like I beat on Tevin or I beat on another guy and I'm ready for Loma, well, make the fight happen. But Floyd Mayweather, only when he was mad at Gervonta, he only wanted to make that fight. But I think Gervonta is feeling the pressure from the fans. He feeling the pressure little bit of pressure from the media, and now TMZ asking. Now he just saying, yeah, I want the fight, but he know Mayweather not gonna allow it to happen. If Mayweather won't allow him to fight Leo Santa Cruz September 14th, or he won't allow him to fight Gary Russell because he's not a 130-pounder right now, which is a joke. And Tank has fought 122-pounders, 126-pounders his last few fights. Then why is he going to let him fight Lomachenko? In my opinion, just wait till Lomachenko get all 4 belts. And they grace him with the ring belt and then fight him for undisputed. Then it'd be worth it. But personally, he should move up and fight Richard Commey. Since Teofimo Lopez ain't gonna back out that fight. And get the IBF belt and then bring something to the table, versus Lomachenko in an undisputed fight. But I just think it's pressure from people, wanting to see the fight, and he trying to buy time. I don't expect him to fight him next year at all. Just the way his opponent level is moving, he's not prepared to fight Lomachenko right now. But at no level, his opponents, and you talk about Hugo Ruiz and Ricardo Nunes, them dudes don't get you prepared for Lomachenko. Even Abner Mars and Leo Santa Cruz don't get you prepared. The atmosphere of a Leo Santa Cruz and maybe Abner Mars fight get you prepared. But, he need to be fighting Gary Russell, even not even the Tevin, Gary Russell, Javier Fortuna, Richard Commey, those type of guys, Burchett, to get ready for Lomachenko. And he ain't fighting those guys. So until he start building towards and taking the proper steps and taking the proper risks to build towards Lomachenko, his word holds no weight. But, he walking down the street. Apparently he left his girl, whatever her name is, Ari, that used to be G Herbo girl. I guess they broke up, they were saying. I thought they did. I thought she was pregnant by Tank, but I guess they broke up and now they're back together. And Tank, it looked like in his hand is a bag of weed walking down the street. Now, I don't know if Tank is signed up in the WBC vital drug testing program, but I'm pretty sure marijuana is a banned substance, which it should be took off the World Anti-Doping Agency ban list. Marijuana doesn't improve. It's not a performance-enhancing drug. And it's good for athletes that go, through trauma or go through, physical contact. Okay, the NFL, the next collective bargaining agreement, they are expected to, they want a concession, but they're expected to take marijuana off the drug list. But it just ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? For a guy that want to fight Lomachenko, for a guy, that's already a black fighter that they take enough scrutiny in the sport of boxing. I don't think it's a good look. I could be wrong. Maybe that's a Kool-Aid sack with some Kool-Aid sugar in there. I don't know what could be in there. Maybe it may be some medicine, or I don't know. But it appears to allegedly be some marijuana, in his hand, and ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just that, when you got all this newfound, found praise for VADA, USADA, we know we had other boxers back in the day doing way worse drugs than that, and I'll leave it at that. He just don't need no more scrutiny. And it could be for her, he could be for her, but he just don't need no more scrutiny, man. He already got a reputation of being fat, lazy, and now smoking weed, okay, or being a weed. They gonna just label him a weed head, which that ain't true. It probably ain't true, but for me personally, I think he got to move a little different. You know what I'm saying? He got to move different. He got to be smarter, but he young. He take it for granted. But like I said, you shouldn't get banned for smoking weed. I know a couple of TMT fighters, about 5 years ago, they got suspended for smoking marijuana, But that need to come off that ban list, It's shown to stop seizures, and it's shown to help deal with the physical grind of workouts and, everything else that come in physical contact sports like football, basketball, and boxing, and MMA. That needs to come off that list. Marijuana ain't bad, all right? It ain't bad for you. In different situations with different people, it can bring out, the side effects are different. Some people, they do make it a little crazy, but shit ain't no different from different, Tylenols and oxycodones and opiates and shit like that. They far more dangerous than marijuana. But hey, just wanted to bring that in light real quick. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code GoodFella1Boxing gets you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much more. Website, promo code Goodfellow1Box in the description. Get you 18% off the 100% excellent all natural products. Anyone make a donation, share the video. Want to make a donation, that link's in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Goodfellow Sports TV, we gone.